Hi Michael, it's Dave. So this is part 2 of the curved line tutorial, and I'm going to be drawing a little more elaborate illustration with curved lines. Here's this little fish here, and that I'm going to be copying. So to do this fish, we're going to be going to the pen tool, because that's the tool that you use to draw a curved line. And you start at a certain point. I'm going to start here at the very tip of the mouth. And you just click and you let go, and that creates an anchor point. And then I'm going to define what the next point of curvature will be, which is right here. So if you go to that point and you click and hold, then you can drag that curved line between those 2 points. Just a good habit to make after you've created a curved line is always click on the end point here after you're done. I'm not going to explain right now why that's important, except to say that it'll make your life a lot easier to do that. So you're done with the first curved line, and now I want to define what the second curved line will be, point, which is going to be right up there. So you're going to click there, and you can see that it continues from the point in which you left off. And you just bend that line to the shape that you want. If the shape isn't perfect, don't worry about that right now, because later you're going to be able to use a different tool to adjust, make minor adjustments to your curved lines. Now, as I taught you before, a good habit is to click on the end point after you're done making that line. So here's another curved line that's going to be coming down here, but this one, there is actually another point, which is right here, in which I'm going to click here and just draw that curved line. Again, click on the end point, and just continue as I described. All right? Always click on the end point after you're done making the line. And then I'm going to go to this point here, create the bottom part of that fin. Click on click on the end point after you're done. And then I'm going to have this big long curve right here. And now once you're done with a long path, you're satisfied with the curved, and you want to end that particular set of curves, always go to the moving tool here, with the pointer, the selection tool, click on it, and then click outside the box. And that sort of clears everything out for your next set of lines. Okay? Now I'm going to draw this next set of lines, which is going to be a fin. So go back to your pen tool, and start at a certain point, which will be right there. Go to the next point of curvature, which is the top of the fin. Bend that line so that you get approximately what you want. Always click at the end of the pointer tool. Now you can see that the right time to click is when you got that little arrow near your pointer tool. And then finalize the second curved line in the same way. And now that I'm done with that set of lines, I would click on the select tool and click outside the box, and that clears everything out for the next set of lines. I'm going to do the mouth and next, so I'm going to click on the pointer tool, click on this little point here, and have that little smiley face. Now I'm done with that, so I'm going to click here on the select tool and click outside the box. And then have this final line here. It's going to click in the beginning, and some of these lines are pretty easy. All right? Click outside the box. And now everything's all done. You can see here there's a eye here, which is not necessarily a curved line. It's really a circle. And you've got a bunch of different shapes that you can choose from. I'm going to choose the circle shape and just draw that little eye right there in place. And then now that I'm done, I click on the select tool and click outside the box. Now this is pretty good copy of this, although it's not perfect. I want to make minor adjustments. So let's just say I think this is a little too elongated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this tool here, the direct select tool. I call it the adjustment tool. And then I click anywhere on this the place where I want to adjust. And you can see these little handles appear. And it takes a little practice, but you can just move this, make minor adjustments by holding the handles or the actual anchors, and you can stretch things out if you need to. All right, or you can squeeze it in or make minor adjustments. So what most people do is they get reasonably close to what they want to do, and then at the end they move things around, they make minor adjustments and they tweak their drawing. Let's say that I also want to make a nice frame around this. All right, so I'm going to create a square here, but let's say it's not just a square, which is pretty straightforward, but it's a curved